SNEAKO. Listen, I wish I was the one debating SNEAKO instead of Charlie. I do. So for those of you who don't know, Charlie and SNEAKO recently had a debate, which was about something you'd think is a settled discussion in the year 2024. But no, shockingly so, people are still trying to debate the age of consent.
Oh, hell no, man.
Now, Charlie obviously had the better answer of the age of consent should be 18. And as we know, SNEAKO doesn't think it should exist. SNEAKO does not believe that there should be an age of consent. I think that's prison-worthy. Moist Critical debated that it should be 18 because 18 seems like a mature age, not just physically but also mentally, where you're going to college, have a job, becoming more independent, and doing things on your own. Makes sense to most people. SNEAKO believes it should only be physical maturity. Yeah, I know. SNEAKO's argument is once you have had puberty, you are an adult.
24-year-old talks to the father of a 15-year-old and gets his permission. Now it's cool.
Get to the father and say, like, am I interested in marrying your physically matured, your adult daughter? Okay? Is she okay with it?
15-year-old,
Ask
your
the mother.
15-year-old daughter.
Get the consensus. Yes, and if he's okay with it, she's okay with it. I think that's fine.
So I guess if you're 8 years old and you have a condition that makes you go through puberty sooner, it doesn't matter that you're 8 years old. You're now able to breed. Yo, what is SNEAKO on? He claimed that there should be absolutely no sex before marriage. That one I can get behind just because of my own personal beliefs, but in reality we know that isn't gonna happen. Not everybody believes in that, right? And secondly, he believes that to get married you should have the consent of not only the two parties but also the two parties' parents. SNEAKO really lives in a world where he truly believes young kids will not be married off to an older person because they have money, because they get along with the parents, because they have deals or debts with the parents. So many situations could happen where this goes horribly wrong, and obviously kids will be abused, just like they are in countries where there already is child marriage. We actively see how horrible this goes in countries where child marriage is legal, and we see how awful it is, and this is what SNEAKO's fighting for. It's really disgusting. Boys and girls should be able to grow up and live their childhood, and when they're 18 they can make their own decision.
At 12 years old.
If the kid is physically mature, the parents consent, both parties are happy.
A 12-year-old being physically mature.
If that's the
Now, all the controversy, surprisingly, did not start until they started talking about the transgender kids. Shocking, right? Nobody cared that SNEAKO was implying marrying kids and being sexual with them. But what we care about is what Charlie has said about transgender kids.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut the penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Oh, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So, no. But it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding.
Because there's
take the other party out of the equation.
Now, my personal opinion isn't really gonna matter here. I don't want to talk about it too much. I have my own thoughts on it. I really feel like kids should have more time to grow up and develop, because their brains literally aren't developed before they make such a big decision, such as transitioning. I'm not saying they can't dress differently or act differently. I'm talking about major things like surgery or taking hormones. Charlie doesn't really agree with that from what I've heard. He said that as long as the doctors and the parents and the kid all want to do it, he thinks that it should be okay for the children to transition. Personally, I do disagree with that one. He had a point that he supports that more because it's the kid making a decision for their own body, and SNEAKO's side would be an adult making a decision potentially for someone who's about 12 years old and R-wording them. because children cannot consent. So if you ask me, I don't really agree with either side, but at this point, people just have to pick the lesser when it comes to the debates. Recently, Charlie has said that apparently he's allegedly going on a hiatus. He's stepping away and taking a break. Okay, so I guess I did misunderstand this part. He's not taking a break from social media. He's just taking a break and going on a small hiatus from his podcast. I'm confused as to why he's being harassed because he made a controversial statement about trans kids. Meanwhile, SNEAKO can literally say he thinks it's fine if a 30-year-old marries a 12-year-old to have relations with, and that's totally fine. See, I think things are a little messed up in this society. I mean, if you're gonna cancel Charlie, you gotta cancel SNEAKO. This doesn't make any sense. How can Charlie's be worse than SNEAKO's? Hello? The relentless harassment going on Twitter about Charlie taking an L and how SNEAKO won the debate. It's been going pretty viral. And of course, during my video, this is the one time my dad tries to drill into the wall. Some people are saying that SNEAKO didn't win the debate because of his topic, but he won because he was better put together and was able to debate it well, which I'm gonna agree probably is true. SNEAKO was very informative. He was talking a lot, asking for definitions. And Charlie did not seem very together. He would repeat the same questions. He would have a lot of pauses. So when it comes to debating and debating styles, I do think SNEAKO probably won there. However, what he was debating about is pretty disgusting. A lot of people are mad, saying that Moist Critical lost a very easy debate because he didn't know how to debate. Some people are saying Charlie's habit of playing the devil's advocate has finally gotten to him. Charlie is one of those people who will be presented with a topic or an article that will be about something serious, like a child being unalived or something, and he'll say, whoa, both sides are wrong. He's definitely one to kind of play in the middle, so that could have been a stunting factor in the debate. But I just want to know what you guys thought about this situation. I personally do think Charlie took a little bit of an L. However, I do not agree with SNEAKO. I just think his debating tactics were probably a little bit better than Charlie's. So let me know what you think about this. Were you team Charlie or were you team SNEAKO? Who do you think won the debate? And better yet, not just won the debate, but like, whose side are you on? Do you agree with SNEAKO and his physically mature theory? Which apparently mental maturity doesn't matter. Only if you look good is what matters. Or do you agree with Charlie in saying the age of consent should remain 18, which I truly agree with as well. Let me know what you think about it. Hey guys, so while I'm editing this, Charlie actually posted an update on his YouTube, and during that video he goes over pretty much everything. The hiatus claims, the situation with the transgender kids comment, and how the situation between him and SNEAKO he didn't even realize was going to be a debate. He was under the impression that they were just gonna talk. So yeah, I highly suggest watching that video. It does clear up quite a few things. And yeah, Charlie won in my opinion, but different opinions is what makes the world interesting. I will see you guys later. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please help me feed my 16 children. Love you. Bye bye.